Biden has been actually on a small run. He was at a church not too long ago, a few weeks back, a black church, not too long ago. Now he's at Morehouse.
In Atlanta. Wasn't a black church in Atlanta?
I believe it was. Yeah. I believe it was. So right now they are doing a run because I think that they feel that black, I want to say the early 20s, mid 20s, a lot of them, they're not feeling that support from them. So they're doing their best to reach out to somebody. But I think what's largely happening is that we're all, I ain't gonna say we're all waking up, but I think as time has gone on, of course, with more TikTok, with more information out there, the younger generations of us are just not fucking with the political apparatus as it is.
They're done. Yeah. And his team probably looked at Morehouse and was like, it's really the perfect nexus. It's young black people, but specifically a college campus during a time where we are seeing the atmospheres there be supercharged with protests, with revolting, with resistance to what is. And so I could definitely see Morehouse, when they lined up the list of schools that he could go give a commencement speech at, I could see Morehouse, especially, and also this is one of the premium HBCUs, right? Like when you think about where
the Ivies, people, one of the Ivies of black Ivies.
Yes, where black people, like that is one of the goals of where, you got the Spelmans, Howards, Morehouse, Hampton,
Fisk.
like Fisk, those are kind of like the big five, right? So yeah, Morehouse was just a great place where he probably thought like, oh, I can rack up some votes by going to appeal to this young generation of voters, especially in a time where I'm having to put out statements from the White House about what's going on college campuses.
I just think it's interesting because it does look and smell like a PR move because of all of the unrest that, like you said, that's happening on other college campuses, the Columbias, Yales, NYU, now at my alma mater, UT Austin.
Right. I saw that today.
It's now happening at these institutions. And it's interesting that he's not going there. He's not going there. He's, I guess in his own way, they're like, okay, we can kill two birds with one stone. We can not only have this beautiful imagery of black students.
That's right.
Receiving their degrees with Biden at the helm, but we also show the world that not all college students hate the government.
That's right.
And it's like, truth be told, HBCUs have generally always kind of been on that cusp anyway. Like HBCUs don't get enough funding. So we're already fighting internal issues. Not only that, a lot of HBCUs can't afford to just do some of the things and be as active as those other schools.
Yeah.
The other part about it is too, these groups that receive money or give money to, the Columbias, to those universities, they're not necessarily giving to HBCUs. Let's be clear. And if they are giving some amount of money, they're giving them money to stay quiet, to not really address the issues outside of their campuses. So, but my hope is that enough of them boycott it. Let's be clear. I hope that they send a very important message. Not so much that they're standing in solidarity with Palestine, which I would love if they did do that. But even if it's not that, just them standing up in solidarity and saying that we're not going to be a tool for you, or we don't want to be involved in your theatrics, because that's all this shit is. It's theatrics.
That's it. It is an insult to.
It's an insult to us for sure.
Intelligence, to being able to see through bullshit and being handled. Because I mean, that's kind of how I felt about it. Like you're thinking you're about to go to one of the premier institutions of thought innovation amongst Black people who already have to be more advanced just for survival's sake. and you think that you're about to go in there and handle them by giving what we know will be a fairly canned speech that a bunch of speechwriters will touch and strip of anything that may offend anyone. But that will also plant seeds that say, hey, vote for me in November. You thought that you were going to be able to just walk in there and do that. And what I realized is that there are students that, like the young man you mentioned, who are like, not only are we going to boycott it, I'm not going personally, but I'm also getting with my faculty leadership and my administrative leadership on campus to let them know that this is not okay.